Christian Bale, James Mangold, teaming up once again, and Matt Damon joins the party in Ford V Ferrari. Let's take a look. Hello everybody, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and on this channel it's my job to point you in the direction of movies worth checking out. So if that interests you, definitely hit like and subscribe. And today I'm here to tell you if Ford v Ferrari is worth a watch. So the story is about Carroll Shelby, played by Matt Damon. He gets hired by Henry Ford II, and no, it's not a king, he is the leader of Ford General Motors, and what he wants to do is create a race car that will beat Ferrari in the Le Mans race, the 24-hour race in France. So it's up to Matt Damon's Carroll Shelby and Christian Bale's Ken Miles, the driver, to create a car that can beat Ferrari. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I saw this movie on Thursday with one of my best friends, and he is a total car nut, a real car enthusiast. And I was thinking about things to say about this movie, you know, why I liked it, and it was actually kind of hard to really pinpoint what I really liked about this movie, because it's one of those movies where you can just go through the entire list of all the filmmaking processes and say, okay, well, directing. How's the directing? It was good. How's the screenplay? It was good. How's the acting? It was really good. How's the cinematography? Good. Production design, sound editing? Good. So what do you say? Is that the entire review? Oh, it was a good movie through and through. And I can't really speak to the car enthusiasts out there because I, for one, am not the biggest car nut. I don't know much about engines. I just drive a Mazda 3. But my friend, on the other hand, I was looking over to him and he had a smile on his face, ear to ear, throughout the entire thing. And he told me after the movie, you know, like, yo, Brandon, they had all the cars accurate. They had them all down right. The sounds were right. Even all like the little trinkets inside the car, like the steering wheels and the speedometers, all of that was accurate to the cars at the time. So I'm gonna take his word for it. If you love cars, if you love racing, if you love NASCAR, if you love Formula One, you will love this movie. So from that point of view, I give it a thumbs up, based on his recommendation. But then I was thinking about it. And if you guys review movies, whether that be on a YouTube channel, on Instagram, on a website, or whatever, then maybe you can understand what I'm going through. When you guys watch a movie, do you ever find it that sometimes you're not really getting invested into the story because your mind is just going into overcritical mode? Like in this movie, a couple scenes where I'm just like, okay, well maybe the pacing was a bit of an issue in this one scene. So I'm gonna, detract points from that, right? You kind of have like the movie starting at 100 and then you detract points here and there and then you add points if things like, there's good things in the movie. And when you have that mindset, it's really like doing power rankings in football, right? Oh, the Miami Dolphins lost again. We got to have them at the bottom, and New England won again, so they got to put them at the top, and then they're constantly changing. And then I'm realizing that, you know what? Movies are not meant to be watched that way. And I get it if you're doing an analysis, if you're doing a review, then yes, that obviously will get into your mind once in a while. But then I realized something. Brandon, you watch movies and you do that because you want to be a film critic on YouTube. However, most people, just the average moviegoer, is not going into this movie to really do that, right? They're not going to be analyzing every single scene. And then once I realized that, and the movie did a great job at doing this, by the way, it was able to transport me into the world so well that I forgot that I was even a critic because I was enjoying the movie so much. So when thinking about the movie like that and taking a step back and taking my critic brain off and realizing that, okay, again, why did you want to become a critic in the first place? Because you want to point people in the direction of good movies. And people aren't going to be going into the movie, to dissect every single scene. They want to feel something, right? Movies give us emotional experiences. And Ford versus Ferrari, or Ford v Ferrari, right? Batman v Superman didn't teach me nothing. This movie gave me 3 moments that I can pinpoint to say that Ford v Ferrari should definitely be on your to-watch list. Number 1, Matt Damon and Christian Bale are so charismatic in this movie. They work so well together, and they speak with such conviction that they got me to care about a subject matter that I don't really care about too much. So when they're talking to Ford and they're talking to the legal team and they're talking to like the people who create the cars and they're saying, oh, we got to take this engine out, it's too heavy, we got to do this, we got to do that, I'm like, yeah, well, no shit you gotta, because you need the car to go fast. Like, you obviously got to put the exhaust like this and all like that. I know nothing about cars, but this movie made me feel like I was a car expert. And that's all because Matt Damon and Christian Bale made me feel that, right? They are so good in this movie, especially Christian Bale. He is so good in this movie. Number 2, you don't feel like you're watching a fast car. You feel like you're driving a fast car. Through the great direction of James Mangold, through the slick editing and great cinematography, I'm not even kidding, I felt like I needed a seatbelt in this movie. And sorry, Scorsese, this movie does feel like a ride. This movie puts you in the car and you just feel this exhilarating rush of adrenaline that nothing else is happening around you. You are on the track with Christian Bale in this extremely fast, exciting, exhilarating ride. And number 3, I've tried to explain this about other movies to people on YouTube and people in real life, and they looked at me like, what are you talking about? So I'll try my best. But this movie creates a world that you want to revisit over and over and over again. Through the tone, through the look, through the style, through the locations, through the subject matter, through the characters. This is a world that I want to escape into. And it's not like a world like Star Wars or Harry Potter where it's like a fantasy world that is completely different from reality. This is a true story, but while watching it, I'm like, this movie makes me want to build a time machine, go back in time to 1966 or whenever this movie took place, and I want to drive Ford race cars. Again, I know nothing about cars. I'm not a very good driver in terms of, drifting and like really knowing much about automobiles, but I want to be a race car driver while watching this movie. It's kind of like how people wanted to become like pilots after watching Top Gun. This movie made me want to be a race car driver. And really, that's the feeling that kids get when they watch a movie like Star Wars or Indiana Jones. They want to be in the movie. I wanted to be Christian Bale in this movie, driving that fast car down the track. Or you want to be Matt Damon, creating the car and designing it and everything. This movie makes you want to be a part of this world. And the fact that it takes place in the 1960s in Hollywood, again, who doesn't want to be a part of that time? Overall, I was extremely impressed by Ford v Ferrari. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. And now I really want to go back and watch more James Mangold movies. I just rewatched 310 to Yuma and I have a review coming out for that very, very soon. I already filmed it. But, I want to watch Walk the Line now. I want to revisit Logan. And although I did review Night and Day starring Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz, I kind of want to give that movie another shot. Maybe. Who knows? But either way, James Mangold delivers a wonderful movie. Definitely check it out. So anyways, guys, tell me down in the comment section down below, are there any car or racing movies that you really love? It could be Cars from Pixar. I love Rush by Ron Howard. That's a great movie as well. Whatever it is, let me know down in the comment section down below. And if you're new and you want to see more videos like this, definitely hit like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.